Yes, I kind of think of Druthers as the new national unifying media, kind of like a CBC. It's telling us the truth. But I think Druthers we can add to the vocabulary of Druthers. So we've come up with a few words. So one of them, that what we're doing is we're druthering when we take out the newspaper. And when we go to a neighborhood or a university cafeteria or wherever it is we take it, and we've done, we're planning on doing that. We're going to druther up someplace. And when we've got the job done, then we say we druthered it up. One way that I figured out how to thin out the process is if you have a druthers and you're doing somewhere like a university cafeteria, why not just take your druthers apart and take it apart. So you've actually got 8 sheets in there. So take it apart. And so this one would be, let's say you're in Nova Scotia. You take it apart, and then you might find that story about the children in the IWK that they're not reporting on. So you take it apart, and before you go out, so your papers are all ready, and you pick the articles that are particularly interesting, and now you've got a sheet, and you do that to the whole newspaper. So now you've got 4 sheets, and you can spread that around the cafeteria, and then maybe someone will read one, and then they'll say, oh, where's the other half of that? And then they'll go look for the other one. The airport is a good place to go. So I've discovered that you can go through security with a bag of druthers. Okay, it doesn't cost you any extra because it's not getting on the airplane. So you get into the lounge area and you can druther up gates 1 to 60 with druthers. You can do this technique as well because people, I noticed, are pretty addicted to their cell phones. So even though they've got a good looking newspaper there, they might not look at it. So you don't want to waste your newspapers. And this way you have all these intriguing articles all lying around the place. Then you get on the plane, you finish that bag, and you just carry on your carry-on. Of course, you can do that on the subway in Toronto, which I've been doing. So you take it all apart, and you can just lay the druthers from one end to the other and leave them all behind so people have something to read. The bus, that kind of thing, too. I would encourage people also to go with the new technique that Druthers has of paying to get neighborhoods done. Boy, the mileage you can get for that. Why not target your health minister's neighborhood or your political leader's neighborhood and get his neighbors understanding what the deal is? Target people that you want to shame them, let their neighbors know the truth about things, and maybe put pressure in their neighborhood. Get your friends together. If you don't have much money, put some money out into that, because I did that for Nova Scotia. I put a bit of money into Halifax, and I discovered I was the only person that had done that in Nova Scotia. So imagine, besides our volunteers that are all over Nova Scotia, imagine if just tons of people were putting a bit of money into their little towns, into their communities, Halifax, Dartmouth, the greater area, how much impact that would have. And I have met people say, oh, I had one of those in my mailbox. And it was, it was good. I was trying to find out how to get another copy. So we're getting information in there where they're closing their eyes to all kinds of other information we try to get them, but they might get in with the druthers, since we all have had that experience. Well, I'm sure other people have other ideas too. Actually, I have one more thought on that. I think that we all need to help people to smarten up. And in Nova Scotia, we run a little car called the Smarten Up car. And what I'm hoping to do with the druthers is I'm hoping to do a wrap for the car that says druthers on one side and read it on the other, because all the Reddit people make fun of our point of view, but we would like them to actually read the druthers and then put that website on there so that your vehicle, well, if anyone else wants to do this in big scale, Druthers has a nice bumper sticker, and that's a good one too. But we'll see how this idea goes.
Cool.
Thanks.
Let's go give them the good news.